Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
I'm going to paint a scenario for you. The Juice received for Christmas from
the Beast's
mom a Tamagotchi. That's still a thing, apparently.
A what?
A Tamagotchi.
The hell's that?
It's like a fucking little remote control computerized pet thing that you hit buttons to feed it and give it. I don't know. It's like a.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. From a long time ago, huh?
Yeah, they're still popular now, I guess.
You know, a woman in England supposedly died with one of those.
That's fine. Fuck her.
It's
her own goddamn fault.
She was trying to feed it while she was driving.
Jesus Christ. Well, then she really deserved it. So she gets it. She brings it over here on weekends. And at one point, my stepdaughter takes it from her. The wife decides to yell at both of them because the Juice is bitching that she had her thing taken, but she's not really doing more than raising a stink. She's not contributing to convincing the other one to knock it off. And the one that took it. But then she says, my wife, to the Juice, well, don't bring that thing over here anymore. Which immediately irked the shit out of me. Because don't blame the person that has the toy for creating the situation where there's a fight when somebody else takes the toy. The answer is not to not bring it. The answer isn't to not bring it over anymore. The answer is to punish the one that takes it and teach them to not take things.
Yep, exactly.
So by telling the Juice she can't bring it over anymore, what message are you sending?
I don't know!
That it's okay for this person to take things.
Subconsciously, yes. They're like, oh, well, I didn't get in trouble for that, but she can't bring it over. Ha. So now she doesn't have that fun thing to distract her away from my attention. Because I'm pretty sure that's what it was about, was jealousy. But my stepdaughter does this all the fucking time. She sees something that someone else is enjoying, and she takes it away.
Ah, you bitch.
It sounds like the shit my kids do. And of course, they get punished for it.
Yeah, well, it's just like if anybody is playing with the baby. She has to suddenly interject and try to be the show and the one that's getting all of his attention. Like, she can't fucking handle it. It was way worse with the first one that me and my wife made when Bug was born. Yeah, my stepdaughter couldn't handle anybody else, like, giving attention to her sister having fun with the baby. So this is not.
Can't handle it, yeah.
Yeah, this is not the first time this principle has applied. There were other times when my wife broke out some Nintendo Wii controllers so they could play multiplayer games on the Wii U, and they would fight. So she took it away, so they couldn't enjoy it anymore, which solves the problem temporarily, but doesn't teach them anything.
It kind of does. If we fight, they're going to take this shit away and we're not going to be able to do anything.
Oh, but all they do is complain that they don't get to play it now. And then they fight over whose turn it is to play by themselves on the video game.
Oh, thing. No, nobody's playing anymore. If Drama and Bubba are playing a game and they start fighting over it, they both get kicked off. They don't get to go play single now. It's like, no, you're done. Quit fighting. It's a damn video game.
So it made me think, because, I said something to my wife about it. I'm like, you're punishing the wrong child. You're wrong right now. Normally, I might try to tap dance around the words, you're wrong. But I flat out said, you're wrong. Telling her she can't bring that anymore because the other one took it away and it starts a fight isn't actually handling the real issue here. You need to go back in there and chew out your own daughter's ass for taking things, which she did. But I could tell she was extra hard on her because I touched a nerve.
Good.
There's this mentality as a parent, because you get so stressed out at all the fighting between the different siblings, the immediate end-all answer, we'll just take it away. Just take it away, right? Mm-hmm. You take things away, and you hope they get the point. After a while, it has no effect. They don't give a shit. They're like, whatever, fuck it, I'll do something else. So now I want you to picture a scenario where you're at work and you bring your lunch to work. Somebody steals your lunch. You catch them eating it. You tell the boss. Now, you think the boss is going to punish you and tell you not to bring a lunch anymore? Or is he going to punish some motherfucker that stole your lunch and then got busted eating it because they were too dumb to do it in the bathroom outside of you? There's a joke in there I'm hoping you cut.
What?
If you're going to steal somebody's lunch, you don't fucking eat it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get caught. Anyways, back to the example. Is the boss going to tell you not to bring a lunch or tell the person to stop stealing lunches?
Tell the person to stop stealing lunches.
If somebody robs a bank, do we tell everybody, come take your money out of this bank? You can't leave it here anymore? Or do we punish the bank robber by sending them to prison?
Punish the bank robber by putting him to prison and then putting him in solitary confinement.
Right. Nice continuity there. If somebody rapes another person, do we tell that person they can't come out of their house anymore or else they're going to invite too much rapey activity? Or do we punish the rapist by sending him to prison where he'll hopefully be raped repeatedly?
That's a tough one.
Okay, they weren't dressed provocatively and asking for it.
I was going to say, some people would argue.
Yeah.
No, you send the person to prison, which I think is a waste of time, cut their dick off and let them bleed out.
If somebody has their car stolen, do we ask them to instead take the bus? Or do we find the person that stole the car and if we catch them, punish them?
Catch them, punish them.
Isn't this a very easy fucking concept to grasp?
Yeah.
And yet it led to a massive fight between my wife and I.
Oh, after she got done chewing out one, she came and chewed out you?
I think she was just really pissed that of all the fighting between the kids and that when she probably just wanted to yell at them and be done with it, I stuck my nose in it because it affects my kid too.
It's more work. It's the stuff I'm going through with Turtle and Drama. They just can't get along. And it's like, I know Turtle does things to piss Drama off, but, you know, I got to deal with that, you know. I was like, I won't even punish Drama. It's like, you know, please don't slam your door. You know, like, that's it. You know, whatever you did to Turtle probably deserves, I got to go deal with Turtle, you know. It's actually, that's what happened yesterday. So,
well, that's why I've always been a large proponent of spanking or put your head on the wall.
Something that's got to put fear in them so they fear the consequences. The
Well,
things we talked about before. There's no fear of doing something wrong anymore if all you're going to get is talked to. Oh, all you did was sit here and talk to me for 5 minutes? Sweet.
Well, more than just like trying to settle an argument between my wife and I, because it's not really. I won the argument. No one could fucking convince me otherwise that I was wrong.
No,
I was in the right.
Agree with you.
100%. It's a strategy of different parenting styles. You need to really look at the root cause. Why aren't the kids getting along? How can you amend the situation without punishing somebody who's the victim in this?
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. And it's like that in school, too, where, you know, your kid acts up and they give them an in-school suspension or detention or worse. So at any point, does that seem like a bad idea to take the person that commits the infraction and separate them from everybody and punish only them?
Part of it depends on what they did and what led to that. That's an important thing to discover. As I've been finding with Bubba, sometimes when he acts out in school, it's not necessarily because he's just an asshole. It's because somebody pushed him to that limit. And the schools are actually, at least school he's in, are getting better at looking for what went down.
I'd fucking hope so, because I've talked about it repeatedly. How many times when I was a kid growing up did somebody talk shit about my sister being retarded, and then I'd punch him in the face, and I was the one getting in trouble, and nobody ever said, should we maybe punish this other kid that got hit in the face for cocking off at the mouth and making fun of somebody that's differently able? Like,
well,
nobody ever at any point in my K through 8 fucking Catholic elementary and junior high school ever did that. Ever. I'm telling you, that sounds like hyperbole, and I preach to not use absolute statements. At no point did it ever become the focus of what happened. It's always, well, you were fighting. Why did you do that? Oh, because they were making fun of my sister. Well, you always say that. Okay, so common denominator, motherfucker. Shouldn't you start to see a pattern and maybe dig a little deeper? I know that would require you to get your fat ass out of your fucking office, Mr. Gehrig, you cunt.
I will hate you until the day I die.
You know, look for the repeating patterns of behavior of bullying and harassment.
Despite the fact that they do a better job of investigating the cause of it, they still will punish both parties because you hit, you weren't supposed to.
Well, here's the thing. If some kid at school teases and harasses Bubba and he hauls off and smacks him in the mouth, I'm going to suggest he gets a lesser punishment because he was reacting. And if you really want to impress upon these little shitbags that you don't do that to people, you fucking throw the book at the one that starts it.
That would be the way I would like to see it, but unfortunately that's not how schools do it. It's not a perfect system, but it's better than it used to be, at least for your situation. They're never ever going to not punish both parties, either equally, or the one who actually did a physical altercation, punching, not get a worse punishment, because they know full well the other parent's like, well, all my kid did was say a few words. This kid actually physically struck my child, and now the school, in their eyes, if they don't do something more drastic to the student that threw the punch, might be in an actionable position because there are going to be some sue-happy parents out there.
For what it costs to actually engage in a fucking lawsuit, I would be calling people's bluff on that shit left, right, and sideways. I'd be like, go ahead, call your attorney, make sure that you outline that your child was the one who initiated the issue. They're the one that harassed a student that was doing nothing wrong, and that the only thing that led to your child in my office was that somebody got so fed up of being victimized by your fucking mental case of a kid that he hauled off and popped him in the mouth, and you're here boo-hooing about little Jimmy bitch tits catching one that he deserved right square in the mush. You go ahead and we'll take that to court, and with what limited resources you have, and the school district, with all of its funding and insurance for lawsuits, will gladly meet you there and explain to you why your child is no longer welcome at this school. I think that statement right there would be an incredible equalizer. Like, wait, what do you mean? Oh, I'm just telling you that I'm kicking your kid out now because you're talking about suing us for punishing him for something that he deserved to get in trouble for? Bye-bye. Have fun at your alternative school. Take your fucking future sociopath, serial rapist, and let him go learn geometry somewhere else. We want good students and good citizens, not sleaze bags that skate by on, well, I got hurt. Shut the fuck up then.
Oh, bitch, you got jacked, bitch.
So let's go back to the scenario that started this. The Juice has the toy. Little E takes the toy. The Juice flips out. Let's say that Little E continues to fuck with her, and we don't intervene. And the Juice gets fed up and cold cocks her in the mouth. Ow! I guarantee you Little E would be a fucking puddle of tears. She might hit back, as she's been known to do. But still, I would be like, okay, Juice, well, you hit her, so probably shouldn't have taken it there. But you had it coming, other one. And if the situation was reversed, I don't care who's my blood child and who's not. If the Juice takes something from Little E, and this is the most important point here, is if the situation was reversed, I would still say the one who took it was wrong. But my kids don't take from her. She takes from them. I don't know what it is. That's just how it is.
Probably feels like she can because they're just stepsisters at this point. She'll outgrow it.
I would fucking hope so.
A little more time as a family, she'll figure it out.
Because I've said to my wife repeatedly, go fucking hit her. She's like, that she doesn't respond to that. I'm not you. I don't. That's your style, not mine. And I'm like, try it. Try it. Because you don't want me to hit her, but I'd really like to. Think about the few times you have hit her. What does she say? Stop hitting me. I don't like it when you hit me. Well, no shit. It fucking hurts. I think you learned a lesson.
It's like Bubba did in-school suspension one time. He's like, that's really boring. I'm like, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What'd you think you were going to do there? Go there and play fucking games all day?
Imagine if he comes home from in-school suspension. He's like, dude, I won 19 out of 25 rounds of Connect 4 with the principal. It was fucking awesome.
You win.
My style of parenting is really straightforward. Did you act up? Yes. Are you getting in trouble? Yes. Did you take your punishment, or did you cry and piss and moan about it? You cried and pissed and moan about it? I'm going to punish you more.
Gotcha, bitch!
Because, I mean, if you said, okay, I did wrong, I get it, I'll go sit in my room. You've learned something from this. But if you go, this isn't fair, much like how
The beast
has instilled in Chi-Chi's mind, she gets sent to her room all the time here for, quote, no good reason, which is a phrase she didn't know a month ago. So clearly somebody else taught it to her. Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
And that's the end.